Very good morning, children. So today again we are going to select the topic from physical science chemistry lesson, that is classification of elements and the periodic table. Already we have finished atomic structure and chemical equations. Now this is the third lesson from chemistry, classification of elements and the periodic table. So from this we can understand, I'll give first introduction. From this we can understand how the elements are arranged in that manner and how the modern periodic table came into consideration. Before that, who are the persons invented their own plans on this periodic table arrangement, how they worked a lot, and how those are useful for modern periodic table, and de Boerner's and Newland's octets rule, and on the basis of that only Mendeleev's periodic table. And the next one is modern periodic table, how that modern periodic table come into consideration, what are the ideas, and how the previous methods periodic tables help to modern periodic table. So in that manner we are going to discuss in this lesson, and how the position of the different elements in the modern periodic table, how many groups are there, how many periods are there, how they are arranged according to the properties, how they are arranged, chemical properties and physical properties take into consideration, and according to their properties they have arranged in this manner. This is the modern periodic table we are going to discuss in this lesson. And about groups and periods we are going to discuss, and how the metals and non-metals are separated in that periodic table, and properties of those elements, all properties, and about valence also again we are going to discuss, and atomic radius. These all are the properties we are going to discuss in this lesson, are useful for next lesson chemical bonding we have. So for that chemical bonding properties we needed, so properties like valence, atomic radius, these are also needed. Variation in groups, atomic radii, variation in groups, in periods, how it is variated. So these all are we will discuss. So these all are useful for understanding chemical bonding. So from here onwards we have to understand for next lesson related. So in that manner we are going to discuss in this entire lesson, and what is electron affinity and what is electron gain enthalpy. These all ionization energy means what. So about these all we are going to discuss in this lesson. And metallic and non-metallic properties, what is electronegativity, these all are important for chemical bonding lesson. So half of the lesson is about the arrangement only, and the remaining half is about properties, different properties which are useful for bond formation. One element need to make a bond with other element. So how it is possible? On the basis of the properties only the chemical bonding will happen. So that is further continuation we have in chemical bonding lesson. Half of the lesson is about arrangement only. So first we have history, how this comes into consideration, arrangement of elements, how it is comes into consideration, how it has came. First how it has came, why we need this arrangement, is this necessary for us, why we need. Yes, it is necessary. Why? Because if we go to medical shop, so at that time how the person will give medicines to us, without this grouping and organization, classification, arrangement lekunda, so how can we identify all medicines? For example, in the medical shop only, according to the arrangement order they will make that. Now, so now we need a classification in that manner. So in chemistry, earlier time scientists first how they classified. So according to that we have discussed in 8th class metals and non-metals lesson. I think did you remembered? Did you remember or not? Do you remember now? Metals and non-metals we have studied in 8th class. So there we have studied sodium, potassium, these all are comes under metals, and sulfur, chlorine are non-metals. In that manner we have studied, and generally we have studied at that time. But there is a contradiction to that study. Aluminium as a metal we have studied, metallic properties it is having, and at the same time aluminium is having some non-metallic properties. So ఇలాంటి వాటిని మెటలైట్స్ అంటారు, అల్యూమినియం టైప్ ఆఫ్ Metallic properties, non-metallic properties. According to the physical and chemical properties only we have studied at that time. General properties, according to that only we have decided metals and non-metals, which are comes under metals and which are comes under non-metals. And here aluminium, like metals are having both the properties they have. They possessed both the properties, metallic properties and non-metallic properties. So in that manner, elements are called as semi-metals or metallites. Those are called as semi-metals or metallites. So there was a need to classify them more properties consideration. According to the more properties consideration, we have to classify them again. So metallites, semi-metals, metals, non-metals, these all types, different types we have according to the physical and chemical properties we have to classify. So the first one is De-Boerner's law of trades. Trades means lakshanalu, polikalu. Okay, and according to the chemical and physical properties, according to this person De-Boerner's law, he stated that elements which are similar properties, which are having similar properties, take as three as a group, take three as a group at a time. ఒక్కొక్క 3 elements ని similar properties ఉన్న 3 elements ని select చేసుకొని he arranged as a table, in a table. Those all he arranged in a table in ascending order. So in ascending order he arranged. That means smaller atomic weight to larger atomic weight. Smaller atomic weight to larger. In that manner, 7, 23, 39. In that manner he arranged. 3 which are having similar properties. ఈ 3 ఎందుకు సెలెక్ట్ చేశాడు? According to him, he considered the properties, physical properties or else chemical properties considered చేసుకొని 3 ని groups కింద divide చేసి again he arranged in that manner. And atomic weight of the 2 elements. So atomic weight, if we add these 2, take average of these 2, middle one atomic weight will come. According to that, he stated that arrangement is given like that. But he also failed, Nana. He given some information to the modern periodic table. Whatever he has given, that one is useful for modern periodic table because all the atomic weights are possessed, yes, and correlated. Those are related to the physical and chemical properties. అనే కాన్సెప్ట్ ని బేస్ చేసుకొని చేశాడు కదా, దట్ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఈజ్ యూస్ఫుల్ ఫర్ ద మోడర్న్ పీరియాడిక్ టేబుల్. మోడర్న్ పీరియాడిక్ టేబుల్ కి ఆ కాన్సెప్ట్ యూజ్ అయింది. ఏదైతే అటెంప్ట్ ఆయన చేశాడో, అటామిక్ వెయిట్స్ కోరిలేటెడ్ టు ద ప్రాపర్టీస్ ఆఫ్ ద ఎలిమెంట్స్. సో దట్ ఈస్ హెల్ప్ఫుల్ ఫర్ ద మోడర్న్ పీరియాడిక్ టేబుల్. సో సిమిలర్ కెమికల్ అండ్ ఫిజికల్ ప్రాపర్టీస్ ఉన్న ఎలిమెంట్స్ ని గ్రూప్ చేయడము. సో గ్రూప్స్ ఆర్ టేకింగ్ యాజ్ సిమిలర్ కెమికల్ అండ్ ఫిజికల్ ప్రాపర్టీస్ గ్రూపింగ్ అనేది యూస్ఫుల్ అయింది మోడర్న్ పీరియాడిక్ టేబుల్. సో ద గ్రూపింగ్ ఆఫ్ ద ప్రాపర్టీస్, కెమికల్ అండ్ ఫిజికల్ ప్రాపర్టీస్ అకార్డింగ్ టు ద ప్రాపర్టీస్, ద గ్రూపింగ్ ఈస్ నీడెడ్. That idea is helpful for the modern periodic table, but he is also so many drawbacks. He given so many drawbacks. What are those limitations are there for De-Boerner's attempt and that law of trades? So it is also having so many, not also, it is having so many. Now it is invalid. We are not considering that table also. That arrangement we are not considering now, but he has given that information. Physical and chemical properties related to that grouping is important. That one only helpful for modern periodic table. According to the physical and chemical properties, grouping చేయడం అనేది important. గానీ in a drawbacks ఏంటంటే the 3 elements we have selected at a time, and the 2 elements arithmetic mean, atomic weight arithmetic mean we have taking means at that time middle one will comes. So only for some certain elements ke adi true ayindi nana. So he failed, this law failed very low mass and very high mass. Ekku mass unna vaatiki takku mass unna elements ki ee law fail అయిపోయింది. It doesn't given clarity about that. Arithmetic mean అంటున్నాడు కదా, arithmetic mean అనేది అన్ని సార్లు కరెక్ట్ కాలేదు. In case of fluorine, chlorine, bromine, these all are having similar properties. According to that, he selected as a group. ఈ 3 elements ని ఒక గ్రూప్ కింద తీసుకున్నాడు. And the atomic weight of chlorine is not the arithmetic mean of the fluorine and bromine. So in that manner, low mass and high mass elements, this law is not for that. This law is not satisfied for low mass, and for very high mass elements, this law failed. And ఈ టెక్నిక్ అనేది అకార్డింగ్ టు ద అటామిక్ మాసెస్ యాక్యురేట్ గా ఇవ్వలేకపోయింది. సో దట్స్ వై ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ వ్యాలిడ్ నౌ. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఈస్ న్యూలాండ్స్ లా ఆఫ్ ఆక్టేవ్స్. సో హియర్ this law of trades has taken 3 at a time, and here octaves means 8 at a time, Nana. This law, yes, Newland, the person Newland invented this law, and this law of octaves means that law of octaves states that elements are arranged the ascending order of their atomic weights. Yes, according to the atomic weights, ascending order only arranged, and then afterwards, after 8, every 8 elements is starting the new one again. Every 8th element having similar properties. Every 8th element having similar properties. So in that manner, he repeated after after a certain regular interval. That means 8 elements after again he repeated. So that every 8th element having similar properties in that manner. Yes, see, 1, 2, 3. According to the ascending order, atomic weight of hydrogen is 1, Nana, and atomic number 1 also. So in that manner, after 7, he repeated fluorine. That means here hydrogen, fluorine, chlorine, these all are having similar properties. Every 8th element. Okay, na? Hydrogen and again F, again Cl, these all are having similar properties. In that manner, he repeated the intervals after 8th one. Each and every 8th one will have possesses similar properties. So in that manner, he divided. So in that manner, 8th element, here 8th element, fluorine, and the next 8th hydrogen after fluorine, fluorine after chlorine. So here we have in this manner every 8th element hydrogen, then 8th element F, and dan tarvata 8th element chlorine. From fluorine onwards, 8th element chlorine, cobalt, nickel are both came here. See, so sometimes both the elements came. So in that manner, the properties of hydrogen, fluorine and chlorine are similar according to Newland's law. And he given that information, but it is also not correctly given entire information. What are the drawbacks here? So there are instances of 2 elements fitted in the same slot, like cobalt and nickel. That is the drawback, Nana. 2 elements in one slot lo fit chesadu kada, that is the drawback. Why has given like that? Clear information ledu. And certain elements totally dissimilar in their properties were fitted into same group. Konni sarlu totally dissimilar elements okate group lo fit అయిపోయినాయి. So for example, cobalt, nickel, plumber, PD and PT, IR, these all are the elements. So these all are arranged in which have different properties and arranged in same group. Cobalt and nickel are in same group. Bromine, so these all are having related to same group, but konni maatrame indulo similar properties unnayi. These all are having different properties, but he grouped as one. So that is the drawback. And here fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, these all are compared with halogens, properties compared with halogens in the same row. Here first one, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, these all are comes under halogens, but remaining halogens kavu. Cobalt, nickel, ivanni halogens kavu, Nana. But he has given as one row. That is the drawback. Anni halogens undali kada. Some are different. Some are having different properties. So in that manner, he also failed. And Newland's periodic table was restricted to only 56 elements. And it did not leave any room for new elements. But what about the new elements? Up to here only stopped. If new elements introduced, now we have how many elements in our periodic table? 115 elements we can understand. So elements increased, number of elements also increased now. ఇప్పుడు పెరిగినాయి ఇంకా. But he has given only 56 slots. So more than that, new elements introduced చేసినప్పుడు what is the position for that? Where is the slot for that? It doesn't given any space, extra space for the new elements. So that is also drawback. So in that manner, he has given a table and it is also having some drawbacks. Next one is Mendeleev's periodic table. Mendeleev arranged the elements known as chart-like and systematic order in increasing order. That means ascending order of increasing means ascending order, nana, small to big atomic weights. And he divided the chart into vertical columns known as groups. Vertical columns known as groups and horizontal columns known as periods. So, ఈ periods groups modern periodic table now we are using those all are useful now. So, law of octets is also we are using in somewhere else. ఈ law of octets kuda oka rakanga according to him we are getting some understanding to modern periodic table. And according to de Bourner's law, we got physical and chemical properties relation correlated with atomic weight. Atomic weight ki physical properties ki chemical properties ki relation manaku ardhamaindi. Law of octaves nunchi repetition of certain period of certain number of elements tarvata repetition ela avutundi a grouping meeda konta understanding by Newland's law vachindi. And next one is Mendeleev's periodic table. So he introduced periods and groups. Okay, vertical columns known as groups. Vertical columns, that means group 1, group 2, group 3, in that manner we have. And these all horizontal rows are periods. So in that manner he given a idea to the modern periodic table. So Mendeleev's period modified. Again he modified. Once he created and then again he modified in this manner. So this is the Mendeleev periodic table. Now he arranged like a chart. So in that he has taken vertical columns known as groups and each group is again divided into A and B subgroups. Group 1A like that. 1A, 2A, 1B, 2B. In that manner, he divided subgroups again and each column contained elements of similar chemical properties. Each column contains similar chemical properties. So, first element of each column contains similar properties. So, here in this manner, these all are containing similar chemical properties. Each column contains elements similar chemical properties. ఈ కాలం మొత్తంలో ఉన్న ఎలిమెంట్స్ కి కెమికల్ ప్రాపర్టీస్ సేమ్. Like that he has selected. And the next one, elements group similar properties and elements long periods. Horizontal rows have different properties. So here horizontal rows he arranged, these all are having different properties and these all are having similar properties. In that manner he grouped, he arranged as a chart. So elements in the first column, for example, react with oxygen to form compound with general formula. So react with oxygen. First column mottam oxygen to react ayyelaga. And the elements of the second column react with oxygen to form compounds with general formula of RO, R2O. So RO means here R is another halogen, anything we are taking, that one comes under R. And R2O form ayyelaga, second one RO form ayyelaga. That means monoxide, dioxide, in that manner. So he arranged in that manner. So beryllium oxide, magnesium oxide, here these all are the R represents nana general formula we are talking R2O and RO antunnam kada. First column related to R2O and second column related to RO. Here R indicating lithium, sodium, potassium. When react with oxygen they will form as L2O. And while some elements like beryllium, magnesium, calcium which are having valency 2, yes, valency 1 ana ikkada 2 enduku vachindi, these all elements are having valency 1 untundi kabatti oxygen valency how much 2. In 9th class also you have studied. So here according to the valency oxygen to react అయినప్పుడు R2O, here R we are representing as lithium, sodium, potassium. So L2O valency 1 ఉన్న elements oxygen to react అయినప్పుడు those all are comes under first column. So in that manner he arranged. And valency 2 elements like barium, magnesium, calcium, these all he has taken as column 2, that is beryllium oxide. So in that manner, he has taken beryllium oxide and magnesium oxide, calcium oxide. Here only one will comes because here valency of beryllium is 2, magnesium is 2, calcium is also 2. So in that manner, he arranged. Now next coming to the how the periodic law he considered. So what is the properties, what is the law he followed for this? Regarding the properties of elements in the periodic table, periodic law. So periodic law, what is that law? Here the statement they have given, see, the law states that the physical and chemical properties of the elements are periodic functions of their atomic weights. How they are reacting with oxygen. So on the basis of that only, R2O, RO, R2O3. So here R related to the elements we are selecting in that column nana. R ante row column lo manam select cheskunna elements and how they are reacting with oxygen. On the basis of that only grouped. Okay na? On the basis of that only grouped into that manner. Reaction with oxygen and reaction with hydrogen also. On the basis of reaction with oxygen and reaction with hydrogen, he divided into columns. That columns he named as groups. And horizontal rows with different chemical properties he has selected. Those are called as periods. And these periods and groups now only we are using in modern periodic table. And how he grouped and subgrouped, that we will discuss tomorrow. Okay.